Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today I'm answering a Dear Ruth Theresa question. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. That's right, today I'm answering a Dear Ruth Theresa question, and it really kind of goes with psychic ability, so that's kind of an interesting part. But one of my clients was asking me, why do they always see geometric shapes in things? And I was like, that's really an interesting question, because I'm the same way. It's one of those, I always, a lot of people say, oh, humans are always looking for another face. So no matter what you see, you're always looking at an image to trying to find a face in it. But there are some of us that kind of look weirdly and kind of without thought at geometric or sacred geometry shapes. And so usually this is part of a claircognizant gift, and it's one of those seeing visuals or images or sacred geometry is very common for claircognizance. This is the ability to receive information without really channeling it or anything else. It's like this clear knowing kind of information. But this side of it is kind of that clear vision part of it. And it's you kind of do both. You have a clear knowing that this vision is sacred geometry, or it has a higher energy to it, or it has a special imagery to it. And so this is something that is like that next level in claircognizant. And so the ability to receive the information, that sensory data or information, is all about our perceptions of manifesting visions. And so sometimes when I first start working with a client and they have this really great ability to see images of what they want to bring in, or if I were to just say your child's name and you just have a perfect image of them in your head constantly, that is more of a claircognizant gift than it is necessarily a clairvoyant gift. Sacred geometry is the building block of everything, and all of it kind of keeps building on itself. These are both material and spiritual world roots that kind of bring in some of that geometric shapes and patterns. Claircognizant people are really connected into higher energy. Telepathic energy is part of this gift as well. Sending and receiving images from your angels and guides, and usually it's kind of encoded in sacred geometry. You may see that when you first get an image of sacred geometry, and then you'll receive the rest of the message. You may see geometric waves or connecting energy. I would say sometimes when people are talking, I can almost feel the energy of the words that they're saying, and I can tell you when the sacred geometry is not correct about the word, meaning that word is lied, or it's not the truth. So it just feels differently, and it's usually the sacred geometry around it that will kind of tell me hey, this isn't right. This gift also comes in with a deeper wisdom and a deeper insight of our relationships to other things, and how we receive images, and how we receive kind of our link to what's about to happen or what's happened in the past, which again are kind of what we can see as claircognizance, you may not be able to see as a clairvoyant. So it's just kind of a different realm, because we're looking literally through the image or the sacred geometry images to find that information. I will say that usually this kind of deals with also interdimensional information, or different dimensions energy that's coming through that you're kind of feeling or connecting onto. And this can also open up images or old designs when you go to the Akashic records. Every time I go, I see all I see is geometric shapes, and it'll show me that image over the books that I'm supposed to read or get into. This can also be kind of the human side of this is kind of being very creative and very imaginative and kind of flowing in the energy and to awaken this part. But I will tell you, one of the things is like you have like this desire to kind of understand the sacred geometry. You have a desire to kind of understand the quantum mechanics of things. And I know it sounds really strange, read a couple of quantum mechanic books and kind of understanding things, not super difficult, but kind of like the ones for dummies, because that's me on that part. But I can understand parts of it, and it's literally because of the sacred geometry that I'm picking that up. One of the things that I think is kind of an insight is that if you really wanted to open up your telepathic connections to other people, that is something that you would do only if you're claircognizant, or be able to do that if you're claircognizant. This is how you can send images, messages, or even feelings over a distance to other people. And the closer you are to that person, the better off you're going to be, or the easier it's going to be sending information. I think a lot of times, like, people will just have like that knowing something's wrong with my child, or they'll have that knowing that something's wrong with their spouse. They'll have that knowing that something's not right with something. And that's kind of your claircognizant coming through. And if they had listened to it earlier, they might have gotten more of the message or even more of the insight into it. So that's kind of like, interesting. Your higher mind and higher self really are sparked in opening different levels of your third eye for claircognizant, of being able to see the images, being able to see the sacred geometry, and be able to see images that you telepathically send back and forth to other people. One of the things is claircognizant people also have a great gift for being creative, being artistic. Usually they're educational. They love teaching. Doesn't always have to be kids, but they love like teaching that kind of energy with them. And they usually love kind of going on ventures of business, like let's open up a new business, let's do this part, let's do this part. And a lot of times, as I've kind of worked with my students, as they've kind of worked their way from Psychic 101 to 202 to 303 and kind of on, as they get to that 303 to 404 stage, they're already thinking about like, I want to do this as a business, and how am I going to start this up, or what's coming up next, or kind of like the creative wheels are flowing in that area, and kind of giving them that idea of how am I going to bring this to the world. And it doesn't always have to be a business. Some of them do it for free. Some of them do all different kinds of aspects. And I will tell you, all of them are in the process of learning more. They always want to learn more. As soon as I teach them one thing, they're like, okay, what's next? I figured that one out. Okay, now let's do another one. Let's do another one. Because they want to learn about everything, every concept, every little thing. They're like, I'm ready to kind of get into this even more. Claircognizant is kind of like in a spiritual awareness of kind of acquiring information. And like I said, it comes in through a thought, just literally as fast as someone asks the question. As soon as they have that little question mark on the end, the answer is coming through. And so that's kind of a great way to kind of understand this. It's almost like a divine inspiration that you're catching onto, and through that connection you will have the ability to see, hear, and sense on multiple planes of interdimensions and conscious levels, and be able to kind of use all of this in a very special, very high-powered way. And I will tell you that most people love this ability, but like I said, you've really got to work on meditation to open up this ability. This ability can change so many things, and it can also change you. That's the fun part about your psychic abilities. Let's do some angel cards, and let's pull in some more information about kind of opening up to our sacred geometry and our claircognizant gifts. My cards are upside down again. They go this way. Okay. I get them backwards. Midhaven, I get this about kind of this is the height of your ability. This is the height of what's going on. This is the height of how to connect to other energies and how to really open up your abilities to other people, to yourself, and really kind of, it's a gift for other people kind of thing. It's kind of like your gift to other people of like, how do you open up to this energy? How do you respond to their questions? And how do you see that information coming through? Neptune is coming through with the card of visions. And this is literally such a strong gift to be able to visualize, see. And it's not like using your clairvoyant gift. It's different. It has more of a higher ability with it, or a higher calling with it than other cards or other abilities kind of thing. So it's kind of interesting that way, but it feels a lot different. This is a Libra, and this is all about the balance. We all balance our energy, and as one ability comes up, the other ones will come up as well. One will take the lead for a period of time, and then it will kind of calm down a little bit, and the next one will come up. But as our abilities get stronger and grow, we will too. All the abilities will kind of amp up, and you'll learn how to shift, change, and adjust to that energy. Aries, this is all about acting, and this is literally being in action over this. I would say part of this is really being in action of doing your meditation, and don't think that you need to meditate all day long over and over again, but getting into that energy of meditating several times throughout your day, 10 or 15 minutes at a time, can really shift your energy and really amp up your own psychic abilities. Even this one. This is the Ascendant, and this is all about the entrance. And this is kind of, the more you open up to your energies, the more they're going to come through, the more they are going to be opening up your ability to come through and change and modify. So know that this is all about your ability and your abilities to change and modify your world around you. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.